Hello world, it is Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021, and a beautiful sunny morning this morning. Blue skies, sunshine out, it looks very nice. Looking out at my neighbor's backyard, it looks like deer must have bedded down in her backyard to sleep last night, because there's little pockets in the snow where you can see something lay down and squish the snow down, and lots of tracks everywhere. Never know when your backyard's going to be somebody's bedroom, I guess. The devotion for today is entitled, You All Right? By John Edgerton. And John bases the devotion upon Psalm 32, verses 3 through 5, New International Version. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy on me. Then I acknowledged my brokenness to you and did not cover up my iniquity. And you forgave the guilt of my sin. And John's devotion. Beloved, can we talk? Things aren't okay with you. Anyone who loves you can see it. It's all over your face. I know you think nobody can see. But don't you remember? Not a sparrow should fall to the earth, but that I know it. You haven't been okay for a while now. I know you're trying to put on a brave face, not be a burden, look after yourself. I get it. I know you're keeping it together for other people, for your family, for your boss, for the other volunteers. You do so much. You can't keep doing this forever, and I don't think you even want to. The empty bottles are piling up. Things you used to be able to laugh off will linger for days. It's like there's a heavy hand pushing down on your neck all the time. Tell me what's wrong. I mean really, truly, deep down wrong in the place you never talk about. You care about other people. You love them even. And heaven knows they're not perfect. Trust me on that one. Why can't you give yourself some grace? Love yourself the way you love your neighbor. Just be honest. I promise I won't tell another living soul. I created the world with just a few words, but my silences are deeper than shale. Just tell me. And John's prayer. God, forgive me so that I can truly live. Amen. This devotion brings a couple of things to mind for me. One is a Facebook post I saw from a colleague who is just feeling the burden of ministry. And they've been in ministry for a number of years now. And this past year has, I think, put a heavy burden on many ministers' backs. As has this past year for everyone. And I think it's okay to acknowledge that. I mean, that's what this devotion is saying, is that if you're feeling down, that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And don't be afraid to reach out and get help or to talk. Find someone you can talk to and share that with in confidence if you need to. You don't always need to put up a brave front for others. Because this past year has been extremely difficult. I said to someone the other day that for me the difficulty's been that this past year in the pandemic has not decreased the amount of work that I do. I mean, all the same things I normally would do are still there, plus some, but it's like I have all those same work, but none of the real benefits. And one of the benefits is a greater sense of community. I mean, Zoom's nice, don't get me wrong, I appreciate that. But it's just not the same as being in the same room with people, being able to touch someone's shoulder or hold someone's hand or give them a hug and have them hug you in return. It's different. And I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they were talking to a high school student, and that was the big thing that came up with them is the big difference for them is that school is just education now. There's none of the community building. There's none of that building of relationships, the fun part of going to school. It's just work. So you're not alone, and God's there to listen to you. God's there to hear you and to support you. But if you really need help, I mean, it is, in a way, it can be a form of mental illness. And it's okay to seek outside help for that, to get that resolved. But just know that you're not alone. You're never alone. So, on a day like today where the sun is shining, try to get outside, because the sunshine, for me, it makes a huge difference. When I can get in the sunshine and have that sun warming my skin, even on a cold winter day, it still feels wonderful and does wonderful things for my soul. So, hope you have a good day. Hope you find the help you need. And I hope you find a way to be connected with others as we continue our journey together through this pandemic. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.